Hey, everybody. Got a few things to look at. Let me start by saying, YouTube, this is purely for entertainment purposes only. Please do not demonetize my video again. Thank you. Oh, and Artie's here. See, a cat, purely for entertainment purposes. So, Becca just tweeted me or texted me that there are some news reports out of Hong Kong saying that Kim Jong-un is dead. I did some readings off camera and I kept getting that he had the crown bug. I'm going to say crown bug because apparently, oh, here comes Becca. Readings off camera. Hey,
Hi.
Becca.
Hi. I'm over here. I haven't even eaten dinner yet. Got pizza. Oh.
You got pizza?
Mm-hmm. I look a hot mess, so pardon me. Okay.
Here, going to the wider screen version. How's that?
Okay.
So I was telling everybody, I had done some readings off camera about Kim Jong-un, and I was getting he had the crown bug, and that his wife also had it. Oh, Johnny's going to join us. Look, we got all three.
Oh,
Hey, Johnny.
did you get peer pressure?
Quarantine look, Becca.
Yeah, that's me.
So I was getting off camera when I was doing readings on Kim Jong-un that he had the crown bug as well as his wife, and that they both were like in really bad shape. And I think that's why they called his sister back in to take care of the kids, right? And take over if they died. So Becca saw on out of Hong Kong that he was dead. So I thought I would start there. Johnny, I don't know why, but our video with Ganga got demonetized. So I was just making sure I said purely for entertainment purposes only, and we'll call it the crown bug.
Dear Lord. Yeah, I was just talking to Ona from Ona's Tarot. For those of you guys that, shameless plug here, go check out Ona. And I pulled cards on him right before we came live, and I got the tree, the tree, the ship, the storks, the coffin, the man, and the what do you call this? The cross. No, he's mort. So I'm going to ask mine this way if he's alive.
I do not think he is. I think he's transitioned.
No, he's not. He's moved on.
I got all my transitioning cards. Yeah, I've got suspension. So he hasn't gone to the other side yet. He's in the in between. He's trying to climb to higher ground here, but he's transitioning into the cycle here. He's not balanced.
You got to the part?
Yeah, definitely had something in his blood system. A little celebration going on at over in North Korea. Justice and a new beginning. He's transitioned. He's on a new journey.
Purely for entertainment purposes only, you guys. This is based off of a tweet that I sent to Jen Lin earlier stating that they're reporting out of Hong Kong that he got tickets to the park. What do you got, Johnny?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah, he's gone away. There's a cover up about what he was sick with. It affected his liver. Yeah, he's no more. He's no more. Happened rather quickly. The other day I was getting liver and lungs and airborne in his blood, affecting his kidneys also. He's on the coffin.
Yeah, he had the bugs. It affected his lungs.
Yeah, he's in the in between. I'm gonna ask about his wife. What are you getting, Johnny?
Nothing. I ain't pulled the card yet.
So we're gonna ask if his wife wearing a crown too. Is she wearing a crown?
Yeah, let's see if she's got the crown bug. I'm going to do a health reading on her. I thought it was interesting. Psychic Violetta the other day said she saw an empty bed next to him, and I was like, "That's his wife." She she had it worse than him.
Mm.
Yeah, in the blood.
She's got it too. I got the storks, the woman, and the clover. These are two positive cards. She's in the middle. She may have been a carrier and transferred it here. But I'm getting a yes on her.
Wheel of Fortune. Something changed.
I don't get dead, but I don't doubt dead. But I do get two people, King and Queen of Cups. So there's a pair, the man and wife, and the devil's in the middle. So I still say he was targeted, and I think she is too.
I think they were intentionally exposed too. We should read on that because there's something stupid going on about it. She's had it for a while. They're going to cover this up also. But I get he's at an end already. She's close to it.
So are we asking if, I'm going to ask individually if he was intentionally exposed, and then separately if she was intentionally exposed. Is that okay?
They supposedly were shooting anybody that had the crown bug. Yeah, because they don't have a lot of people that travel from there.
Yeah. Well, it's completely closed off. Anybody that gets caught leaving, don't they get, tickets to the park too? Or anybody that tries to leave the country?
Unless they're going over to China to do business, because they do have an open relationship with China.
Okay.
China protects North Korea for whatever reason. They're sending medical experts to North Korea right now.
Mm-hmm.
The last thing I read from China. Well, they're sending an envoy, and then there's medical experts in there.
I think they've got an abundance of it there. We just don't know about it.
Oh, yeah. They said there was none, which, of course, that's a huge lie.
Mm-hmm. I'm getting that the contracts for the agreement were kept secret or private, and yes, he was intentionally exposed.
Yeah, I get a circle of support, cooperation, an agreement, a bond.
Yeah, give my son.
Take him out, separate him from power. Sword of truth. Something manipulated. So, intentionally exposing him to it. Keeping it hidden, of course. It's something that affects the blood, but it's a secret agreement.
Mm-hmm. What'd you get, Johnny?
Well, I already had that he got exposed to it. I think he's been targeted. Mm-hmm. That somebody somewhere, I don't know how, but I think he has been targeted with something.
Well, his family, the family that he likes, they have the freedom to go on vacations. His brother was down in, was it Indonesia when he was killed, poisoned? So his family has permission to leave whenever they want on vacation, with his permission, that is. So he probably had somebody went over to China and came back with it, or somewhere in Asia.
What's interesting is never mind.
It's going to be one of those.
Isn't this one of your signs, though, Johnny? We already have all of the protests. Here's an important person that's being targeted. But but then Soleimani had already been targeted. Now we got another person.
I said I'm gonna wipe the slate clean and we'll start over. So I started over at the protest. So from the protest is the only thing I'm gonna pay attention to. So we had the protests, and if he's dead, if he is for entertainment purposes only, if he has been targeted, then that's the next one.
Mm-hmm.
So let's ask, is his sister in on it? I think they brought his sister back to A, take over, and B, to raise the kids, because they had like 2 daughters and a son, if I remember right.
Kim Jong-un does?
Yeah, with his wife. They've got like 3 kids. So let's ask if his sister was in on it. Because he had a falling out with her. It was kind of weird that they brought her back.
What was I going to say just then?
Oh, I got the security card on the bottom, like they brought her back for security.
Oh, yeah, always got 2 people. It was a man and a woman.
Yeah. They brought her back for security. Because the mother's out of balance. They need somebody to raise the kids.
Mm-hmm.
The mother and him out of balance.
I'm getting that too, Jen. Anchor, tree, clover, securing the lineage here for an opportunity.
Yeah, brought her back quickly, very quickly. Junk. Knew he was going away. Knew he was sick.
Mm-mm-mm.
Knew he was going to be separated from his power, so they needed somebody to defend and protect.
Is she as bad as him?
That's what they say.
Oh, really?
And she's crazy too.
I guess she might have been in on it. I've got my yes card, the sun, and like a new opportunity.
That's how I asked my cards, Jen. I asked if she was in on the hit. Yeah.
Work, preparation, and a show of strength.
Yeah. I get there's a man there. That's Kim. And again, there's the woman. I got the same 2. The King of Cups, Queen of Swords. Same 2 people come up. And here is the Page of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. This is the family money, family legacy. And there's the plans and surprise. I got the 2 of Wands too. And the Hangman. So there's a sacrifice here. So yeah. I'd say he's been targeted by those 2 people.
Let's ask if she's going to take over the country. My nostalgia card just fell out.
Despite the appearance tonight, I got heart, clover, bouquet. Those are all 3 positive cards. It might be temporary because of the clover. The clover is kind of immediate, kind of sort of temporary, but he's got the bouquet. So it might be until either a younger man or a younger girl gets of age, but it's temporary until the kids grow up.
So one of the kids grows up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's gonna be like the mother, watching over them. But I
Oh no, Jenny, you froze.
Put in power. She's gonna nurture the kids. She's got a circle of support around her. There's some sort of an agreement though that she's been working on. You know, she brought this Tower moment. She brought it, or was in on it. She's gonna have to fight to keep it because Yeah, she's trying to wait for the young ones to grow up enough. She's going to have to fight. There's going to be a lot of dirty tricks and betrayal going on before that kid grows up.
What are you getting, John?
Get new opportunity, Ace of Pentacles, new person, Ace of Cups. There's the government, the Hierophant, and Seven of Swords. So somebody, if she's going to be elevated, she stole it. And Six of Cups, up in the family.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to have to be careful because her fortune could change. She could get strung up.
This is like, I swear, this is like Game of Thrones, man. Like in real life. In real life.
But Trump owes China millions. Are we going to see another quid pro quo impeachment? Because he supposedly, didn't tell what he knew about the crown bug in November to appease the leaders in China that he owes millions to.
Yeah. And I believe I sent you the link, Jenny, and there's investigative reports that are working on it from the New York Times, the Washington Post. I forget what other ones were listed, but they're seeing the bigger picture, and they're starting to put it all together that he knew about this and didn't say anything to appease the lenders and to also try to continue to dig up dirt on his opponent. So,
and Ivanka's caught up in it too because she had business in China, but he had like over 10 million that he owes them by next spring, I think it is.
Oh, next spring, not this spring. Next year, 2021.
I think it's next year, but like he doesn't have the money, he doesn't have it, so he's like playing games. Do you see him walk out of his press conference today, him and Pence, without even answering one question?
I can't do brain poison anymore, Jen.
Right after his disinfectant stuff.
Are we going to see another impeachment? I got the fool right on the bottom. He's back. Doing stupid things. Ooh, rather quickly, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
The challenge is to put an end. They've already got strength on their side because of his loss with the crown bug. Yep, his anxiety and a new action. They're going to burden him. Quid pro quo.
That's just crazy, Jen. It's like we're in April, May, June, July, August, September, November.
Well, you're always saying, we kept getting like 5.
I've always seen 5 articles,
and we've only had 2. So, what are y'all getting?
What are you getting, Johnny? I'm gonna let you go first.
I don't get impeachment.
What do you got?
I get Chariot, 9 of Wands, so there is slow movement and pressure. There's a message. There is something about the quid pro quo that is there with the Temperance card, so that is absolutely there. It's American conflict of interest type of thing, if this is a charge they want to bring up against him. But I got opportunities for major change. So this is either you can bring the articles against him or you can give him a chance to resign himself. But I didn't get like a justice and a court cards. I didn't get any investigators or nothing like that.
So for mine, I just yes, no. If he would get impeached again, I got the ship, the bear, the clover. Again, the clover, like I said, it's a little stroke of luck. It's not huge, but there's something going on here with the foreign venture, a huge payout here with the bear and the clover. That's like winning the lottery, a windfall, a foreign windfall of money. Also foreign power and an opportunity there. Also something that he's been doing overseas to bully for an opportunity. But it's ending here with the clover. This is yes, but it's a little bit of luck. So the opportunity is there.
So maybe they'll tell him we're going to impeach you again unless you just resign. Maybe let's ask that. Will they just try to force him out? This could be the bribery thing you were getting, Johnny, in your list.
He shouldn't have been there. Like we were talking about the other day, Becca, about people who go to work for the government who cannot be in debt, as large debt, to other people. That should apply to the presidency too. You should not be able to be president and have millions of dollars in debt.
That should apply to everybody. I don't care if you're a senator or a House representative. Everybody, you should have to undergo the same exact background checks as anybody else that works in the government.
Sure, credit
that does, janitor that nobody cares about still has to undergo security clearance and a background check. So why is it that the highest office of the land is just like, hey, go ahead?
Because now it's a conflict of interest. Somebody has something over you.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposedly the most powerful person in the world.
Mm-hmm. What was the question again? If they're going to try to force him to leave?
Yeah, force him to leave before impeaching.
There's Clover again. I'm getting retirement resignation. And it's around his money and his business. I got the lilies, the man, the fish. That's his retirement. This could also be an older man that has seniority, him, and then his money. This is a moneyed man as well. So there's 3 men here, including him. So he's got 2 of them quite possibly around. And those are all positive cards with the exception of the man that's neutral. And then the clover wanted to pop out again. So it's like, yeah, they're, I don't know. What do you
getting, Johnny?
There's messages. I do get a no on forcing because their hands are still kind of tied with the 7 of Pentacles. Like there's still something that they can't get past, i.e. McConnell. But there is the Fool and nostalgia. This is his children possibly. And then there's the 3 of Swords. My cards have always said he leaves for the sake of his kids, which sounds strange being that it's him. But it's like, this is my way out, like self-sacrifice type thing. And that's still kind of what I get is that even if the Dems can't force him out somehow or another, he still leaves. Like he's separated from his job. But
thank you, Renee. I get they're going to bully him. The challenge is to get him to work across the aisle with it. So getting the Republicans on board here because they feel like they've got some support. But I have the crown bug here at the root, and everybody's a little emotional right now because of what's going on with quarantine and everything. And I feel like this is William Barr, trying to step in to stall it or something. It's going to be done in secret, making an offer that he doesn't want. They're going to, make a proposal to him. And I get a yes card with my Ace of Swords. But I had another thought about, not just China. His whole thing with the post office, like he said, he's only going to bail out the post office if they raise their rates
on Amazon.
Yeah, because he wants to go after Amazon's rates, right? But that's quid pro quo also. That's a bribery thing. So is the post office also going to play into his leaving?
That's under duress. What do you call it? It's something else.
It's quid, I'll give this to you, but you have to do this. That's quid pro quo.
And isn't that also a violation of the Hatch Act as well? Using his office.
Yeah, using his office to power play somebody. It's
because he's not really going after Amazon as much as he is going after Jeff Bezos, which, Jeff Bezos is no angel, but still that's messed up.
This is what got him impeached the last time. It's like, I'll do this, but you have to do this. It's a blatant quid pro quo that he's bragging about in his tweets.
And it's all about the Washington Post, because they post stories that he didn't like.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why he didn't like Bezos, and then that's why he doesn't like Amazon, and that's why he's taking it out on the post office.
Mm-hmm. So we're asking if the post office will play a role in his exit, correct?
Yeah. If his
that's abuse of power, big time.
Mm-hmm.
big time, and it's blatantly in his tweets. It's like, it's not hidden on a server. It's blatantly right there. Like, I'm just gonna put it out in tweets.
Yeah. I'm getting it's weird. I'm getting painting the roses red. Wasn't that on Alice in Wonderland, where the queen has everybody painting the roses red?
Mm-hmm.
Wonder what that's about.
Well, I got the devil showing up. Get your shot glasses ready.
There could be well, there's two schools of thought. I guess I could go there with the painting roses.
Mm-hmm.
One is like rose-colored glasses, like there's something he wants you to see, or something they want you to see. Maybe they're going to do some cleanup with this.
Mm-hmm.
And there could be also a just kind of follow orders type thing, like you really don't have a choice.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Somebody's moving into action on him. I've got there's a little bit of a cover-up going on already with that. Their challenge is to move forward, but they've got a strong case, and it's like very surprising. I've got the devil, the greed over here in the past, and the doing his thing, and then I have the White House, and I have my two of my yes cards, aces. So it will play a factor in it. I don't think it's the whole thing, but it will play a factor in it.
What are you getting, Johnny?
Mm-hmm. Because there is the world. This is out in the media. There is going to be bickering and fighting about it naturally. This is it's going to pick up more steam the more these are the type of causes that Nancy and Schumer should be picking up and running with, not to mention Biden. I would politicize this to no end, because this is an American institution, the post office. You can't do without it, and then, throw in a couple veteran stories or something, whatever you need to get over with this particular message, because you have to drive it home the fact that you cannot do without the post office.
Mm-hmm.
And so they need to stress that to the American public, not to mention his people, all the red state people and all the little red corners in the blue states. You need to drive it home that he is trying to cripple the post office because he's a child. So run that home, and run the fact that this replays here with the nostalgia card about this quid pro quo, and I'll give you this, you give me that, and I'll hold your money until you give me what I want, with the Six of Pentacles. But it does cause a gigantic change in the government structure. So here with the stress and the strain, with the Nine of Wands. So I think they may actually put this action into plan to say you need to back off, but I guess we'll see.
I'm getting the House, which is his cabinet, his administration, his family, or his properties, an opportunity here for resigning again. So this clover keeps wanting to come out. It's been coming out all night.
86% of Americans are in favor of staying in quarantine until it's safe. So that tells me only 14%, even though they keep saying 46% of the America is okay with how he's handled COVID, I'm like, no, it's got to be lower than that, because there's only 13% that don't want to stay in quarantine. So, will his mishandling of the crown bug be the ultimate thing that causes him to leave?
And for that statistic to be true, he would need at least 40 something percent to be his base, which he doesn't have a 40% base. He has a 30 at best base.
Well, it might be lower now after we told people to inject stuff they shouldn't be injecting.
Yeah. Since he hired Mr. Clean as his acting.
And you know what gets me, Jenny? I was reading on Twitter, and they were saying that the phone calls to 911 over tripled for people calling in to see if you can ingest this stuff. I'm like, just read it. It's on the label. It says, "Warning: do not ingest."
Like, they can't read. They can't read. They're like Trump. They can't read the label.
Oh, it's so sad.
Lysol had to put out today, no, do not do this.
Yeah.
The New England Journal of Medicine said this will kill you. Purely for entertainment purposes, only YouTube.
Bleach.
So, will his handling of the crown bug?
I mean, even lemon fresh bleach. I mean, it still smells like bleach. So it's not like, oh, if I get the flavored kind, then it's okay.
It'll burn your whole esophagus and stomach out. It'll kill you.
Tell him, if you do it, I'll do it. You do it, and 3 days
I
later.
want to get him a little glow stick to insert up his rump to let him try the light therapy. Might make his lips pucker up more, though.
I don't understand. What am I asking?
If his handling of the crown bug will be ultimately what gets him out of office. Ooh, there's an action getting ready to happen. Got the ace of, and that's a yes card on the bottom, ace of wands.
I think it's a culmination of things because it still feels as though this is soon to happen. But like I say, the cards have always said that. But there is something powerless. Whatever it is, like I've said from the beginning of March, he can't change whatever or stop whatever is coming. Him, Bard, Manutian, Jesus, nobody can stop whatever is this Eight of Swords is bringing. The Justice and the Chariot, that transition, and the Justice right next to it. The Nine of Pentacles after that. So here's like, it's built up, this Nine of Pentacles. So this is like a culmination of everything. Three of Wands, new plan. Three of Swords, separation. So I think whatever it is, oh mercy. Who is this? Somebody in the forest gathering mushrooms, and there's like heads on the pike.
Another heads on the pike card.
So yeah,
and that one looks prettier. That doesn't look as gross as the other one did.
But it's she's got little mushrooms in her
poisonous mushrooms and heads on a pike.
As she wanders the forest by herself. So
and what card is that?
That's the Three of Wands.
That's a pretty sick Three of Wands. I get it's one of the things. It's one of the things. Their challenge is to wait right now. Like they're trying to wait for some reason because he's got a little bit of support still around him. But you know, the actions he's charged in with just aren't making sense to him. I've got the Wheel of Fortune. His fortune's getting ready to change. And here's my Nancy card here, Pelosi card. Oh, maybe that's Melania. Melania and Trump. Something hidden, something secret that they're going to cover up with. They're going to manipulate the story, but I get a yes card that it's one of the things that makes him go,
I'm getting it's one of the things that's, well, I got the coffin, the sun and the storks. This could be talking about the deaths, literally, and that get revealed, and they just keep going up. It keeps rising. It keeps going up and up and up. This could also be something. The ending comes around in the summer, and then there's a change because something is revealed. Something is illuminated, something is revealed, and that's what brings forward a change. It could have something to do with a younger woman here with the storks. This is like a mother type person because storks bring babies. So I'm wondering if this is like a Ivanka. But yeah, it's the numbers of, people that have passed and a bunch of other stuff that's about to be revealed that causes.
Well, he tweeted today he was sending ventilators to Uruguay, Ecuador, Venezuela.
How about New York?
No.
It was like 5 foreign countries. Indonesia. Pence said that they'll have 110,000 in 90 days, 110,000 ventilators. And I'm like, that's not even enough for our own country, 110,000.
Doesn't he have business in Indonesia?
I think he does. I think he's got a Trump Tower there, probably in Bali or somewhere.
All you got to ask, does he have business there? And your answer will be yes. Like, he's making money.
And he's got Ivanka on one of the committees and Jared. So let's ask if Ivanka's going to get in trouble for this China stuff because she owes him money too.
Oh, and I saw something on Twitter the other day as well that they're going to start looking at Kushner. The House is going to start looking at Kushner for everything he's been doing with managing this thing. And
money, yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get that. I did a reading, and he's going to be in court for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to cost him a lot of money, just in defense, because you're forcing states to smuggle in supplies because every time they order, you steal it.
Mm-hmm.
So Jerry Nadler is looking into that. Like, why are you taking it? First of all, second of all, where is it?
And why aren't you refunding your money after you've taken it?
Elizabeth Warren's brother passed away from the crown bug, and he couldn't even tweet a apology or condolences or anything. The man was on a Twitter storm the last 2 days. He's like, I tried to meditate on him, and I just feel him pacing and pacing and pacing like he is so anxious about his reputation right now after the disinfecting comments.
He said it was a joke. That's the next thing he said.
Sarcasm, yeah.
Yeah, sarcasm. It's like, no, dude. We see
genius. Like you don't use sarcasm when you're addressing the nation during a pandemic.
We don't need jokes right now.
And I watched it, that Daily Dose of Brain Poison, and he really looks like he's very curious and concerned and talking to the doctors about, let's do this test for the lighting and glow. It's like, are you freaking, and like, are you nuts? Have you lost your mind? Just read the label. It says do not ingest, But
so is Ivanka going to get in trouble?
It feels like one of those jihad type of, blow yourself up for the greater cause.
Yeah.
But the leaders never do.
Nope.
So if you think disinfectant's going to solve it, I want you to swallow it first.
Yep.
If you don't die in convulsions, then I'll do it.
What are you getting, Johnny?
I get yes. I get Ace of Swords, Knight of Wands. So there's some clarity, investigation on the actions. The Devil is right next to that, and then Justice is right next to that, and then Death is right next to that. So she gets all these major arcana, and she gets all this bad news, and good for you. So yes, because they all owe money to everybody, including us. So yeah. She's got some trouble coming.
Yeah, she's a support, but I also feel like it's Jared. Like they look at her and Jared. The challenge is to bring an end to the cycle of what she's been doing, but she gets a little legal investigation. It's going to happen quickly here, like it's already happening. Yeah, she loses. When she gets an offer too, because of how she's handled things with the crown bug, and the cover up that's going on. And here she is. And here's justice coming in. So yeah, she's going to have some legal problems big time.
I got the moon, the mountain, the house. There's something that she's been doing in her career that she has blocked from the house. And it has to do around her family. So I don't know if this is part of the family business and stuff. And the house is also the Four of Hearts. So this could be the head of the family, like with her father. Stuff that she was involved with that she was not disclosing to the house or outside of the administration. Like she was part of the, I wouldn't say cover up, but just not following the proper channels.
Yeah.
And doing stuff that way.
Thank you, Whimsy.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at Jared, since they're starting investigations on him. Johnny looks like he's in reverie.
Yeah.
he's dreaming of the day they're all in jail.
I used to have a sculpture of the thinking man, with the hand and
the daydreamer, as Victoria Skirbo told you, right? Jared. Let's say over the next 3 months with him, what's it look like?
Yeah, he's going to get in trouble pretty soon for lying. He lied. But yeah.
I got my quid pro quo card on the bottom, so he's done some bribery and money laundering.
Both.
I'm getting a yes on that one.
The house is going to be, well, they're probing right now, but this is going to turn into an investigation.
Mm-hmm.
The Knight of Swords is going to be a lot of goings on. There's going to be some stories and chaos and going on around that. All because of what he has done for Trump, around Trump, in this administration. I mean, before that, I'm pretty sure that he was not, on the up and up, but this has put a spotlight on him. As I said, you get close to the producer, this is what happens. So he gets the 5 of Cups and the 9 of Wands. So there will be some regrets relate to that now, but this is why we read Aesop's fables when we're young. There's a moral to every story. You should have seen this coming. And then there's the 9 of Wands. He will be extremely stressed and strained and burdened for the next, like I said, the next 5 years. Like he's going to be in court for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I think so too. Yeah, he's got everything starting to point at him. There's going to be a whistleblower on something he did. So they're already moving forward with them. They've already got support for moving forward. I feel like they've got a very strong case against him. And some of it's going to tie back to Trump here. I've got my Adam Schiff and my Nancy Pelosi moving in with an investigation. He's going to be severely burdened. Tower moment for the next 3 months. There's going to be a new start with something on him. He's about to, as Becca puts it, crap his pants.
I think Miss Ganga's here. Hi, Ganga.
Hi, Ganga.
I just don't, you guys, I just don't understand how Kushner and Ivanka, who were supposed to be the smart ones, can get up there in front of the pressers and really think that they're doing a good job.
Is there anyone in this family that is actually smarter than a fifth grader?
Well, they're smarter than Trump, which
The
is not,
fish.
you know, I mean, a dead ladybug is smarter than Trump, but
Yeah.
that's kind of, I think, why they are considered smart. Well, they went to Ivy League schools, but so did he.
Yeah, they got their.
So did Bush.
The parents paid for them to get into Ivy League schools. That's what happened there.
And that's the only reason they think they're smart is because they went to fancy colleges. But
Oh yeah, I just don't. I don't get it.
Obama went to one, but he actually went to class.
Yeah.
Let's ask, which one of them is the smartest?
I bet it's Eric.
Yeah, he's smart enough to keep his mouth shut and stay out of the limelight. Oh, yeah.
Oh God.
Which one's the smartest? There's footprint, Pharaoh.
Oh, hi, footprint.
And Eric's a moron, but I bet it's him.
Beavis and Butthead over there. Seriously.
Anxiety card on the bottom. Who's the most anxious? They're the smart enough to realize they're about to be in deep trouble.
I think it's Don Jr.
It's a man.
Mm-hmm. You get King of Wands. I got the Page of Wands. So I think it's Don Jr.
And he's in a world of trouble too.
I have the surprise card, like a surprise. Surprise! It's Junior. Well, that's also, the child.
I'm getting it's definitely not Ivanka. Definitely not her. She's stepping into the coffin. Not her. She's done.
I put down 3 more cards. He's got justice coming too. He's got big changes of something he covered up. He's got the tower coming. So he might be the smartest, but he's not getting away with it.
And then here's one that had a meeting with somebody overseas. So whoever this is, I don't know if this is Junior. And the smart one I'm getting is the one that knows how to keep his mouth shut. Keeping a lid on, not talking. So
Trump says he's going to bail out the oil industry, or he's thinking about bailing out the oil industry. Will he?
Because prices are in the negative now, they keep saying.
Yeah. It's like, okay, great. Now that we can afford gasoline, we have nowhere to drive to.
Mm-hmm. So we're asking, will Trump
bail out the oil and gas industry? He bought all that stuff. What was that? Early March. All that had him buy all the oil and stuff in early March because it was so cheap. It was a bargain.
Tell you what, I was so happy when I went and filled up my car the other day, though, because it didn't cost me an arm and a leg here in California.
He's working on it. I don't think he's going to have time to do it. I think he wants to, but I don't think he's going to have time. I got his, making an offer. It's, about his images challenges to get cooperation on it from the government for the losses the oil and gas industry have had. There's a plan he's trying to get off the ground, but he's having to wait I feel like there's going to be some action, legal action taken against him. And I've got the tower again. Some new action that's very emotional getting ready to happen. It's going to throw him off balance. I don't think he's going to have time to.
What are you getting, Johnny?
There's powerless. There's your time. There's Page of Pentacles. Like there's a money offer, but there is no clear plan on how to do it with the Two of Swords and the world. This is not just an American problem. So this is some sort of worldwide deal or some deal they're doing with another country that there is no plan on how to do it. But there is something that he is powerless against, and it has something to do with the Wheel of Fortune. So fate and time is also intervening in this in particular situation. So I'm going to say no, just for the sake of an answer, but not that he doesn't want to.
I'm getting a no. I'm getting that there's a lot of fraud and confusion in regards to this new venture. It might be in the early stages, but it's going to cause loads of problems here. Loads. Like just bad problems. So no.
So,
I don't know if you had any questions listed, because I just kind of hopped on here just, while we were tweeting.
Yep.
But I wanted to know if you could pull some cards to see how Mitch McConnell's feeling after Cuomo roasted his rear end. I mean, that was good. That was good.
Awesome. Your poor little pathetic state down there that takes more money than they give, and you're taking all the money that New York has given.
And then you're saying to bankrupt the blue states? I was like, whoo, Lord.
Got horrible schools, doesn't do anything with the money he gets.
Nope, left the coal miners, wouldn't even see the coal miners when they went to see him. Like, I think he's the senator of one of the most poorest states in the entire republic. For him to say that, it's just like, God, have some shame, have some decency, That was a good roasting, though, on TV. That was good.
It was awesome.
Took off an Italian from New York. That's all I'm going to say.
I don't think Mitch had any rebuttal to that once.
And that's probably the nice version. I mean, you can imagine what he said off camera. Oh, well, as long as Cuomo ain't got no trips to Kentucky planned, he should be all right. How does Mitch feel about it?
Oh, I'm such a loser.
Pack your bags. Pack your bags.
I'm kind of regretting saying that now. That's the regret card.
I get he's standing guard right now because he wants to protect his image, but he would love to retaliate. It can't. I get the Raven here. This is like impending doom, and then the Talisman. Like he wants to use some sort of something, some sort of power, some sort of something against Cuomo, and he can't. There's the Key and the Knight. This is one he's just going to have to take because everything that Cuomo said was true. Like here's all of the truth coming out, and so all he can do really is stand there and take it. This. He told you to go get the switch. This is what happened. And you got the switch and you lit your behind up. That's what happened.
Yeah, he's trying to act like he's the one with all the morals and dogma, right? But his challenge is to move forward because he can't move forward. He's working with other people on this money, like trying to decide who gets what. But there's deception in what he's doing. McConnell's got the tower crowning him right now. He's about to hit a major snafu. And I think it has to do with his moneyed relationships with the oligarchs also, because he also gets money besides from the federal government. He gets it from the oligarchs. It has to do with his sneakiness, his lying, his betrayal. Somebody's moving into action on him soon. He's about to get big time burdened.
Well, thank you guys for listening to that.
He's about to end up in court.
Good for him. Good for him.
Yeah, big changes coming for him. It's probably some of it also has to do with the contracts his wife got people to give him in Kentucky and then donated to his political fund. So Trump said, we're almost over this, hang in there. And Fauci came on like 2 seconds later and said, the crown bug is coming back in the fall. That we haven't seen the end of it. So, and the astrologers are all saying it's going to come back. I keep getting like end of October, 1st of November, it's going to be back. But will the crown bug be back in the fall? I just heard mutated, like a mutated version of it. Here's my airborne news. People getting sick. And my yes card needing a new action. I'm going to say yes.
I think yes, but it doesn't last as long as it is right now. By the fall, we may have some sort of solution, or not solution, but at least some sort of plan.
Mm-hmm.
I get the justice and the high priestess. So here is, it may be a situation where it hasn't really gone. This is might just be what they told us, that, okay, the worst is over and we got like 10 cases and we're pretty much fine, but that's not the truth. Because the Knight of Swords, it comes rushing back in because maybe some sort of event, maybe, some sort of parade or whatever happened, and then boom, here it goes again. We got more cases. So I don't think it's really gone, but
that's what happened with the Spanish flu in Philly. They had a parade and everybody came out for it. Next thing you knew, they had a bunch of deaths from the Spanish flu.
I got the ship, the ring, and the book. The middle card is a positive card. The other two are neutrals. It's saying, yes, this is something that will loop back around. It loops around, but there may be studies that are ongoing right now that are trying to find a solution, studies, data, research, as well as something that's coming in from overseas that's far, perhaps sharing data and studies with other countries that have found a solution, but it loops up again. When it happens, this is saying it's not known, but when it does, we might have a better opportunity here because we've had time to study. So
yeah, I'm kind of getting that too. Like it'll be a little more balanced approach to it because they've had time to do the research, through institutions. So it will have mutated, though. It will have changed. But I get good news with it out of the institutions, like they find medications to treat it with.
That's not bleach.
Yeah. So housing market, how's that going to look in 6 months? Speaking of housing market, we should look at Mnuchin next, right? The foreclosure king.
He's salivating at the mouth.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be in a slow decline. Market.
And in 2008 and 9, it became a buyer's market because of the housing market. There were so many foreclosures. If anybody can afford to buy. Heading towards 30% unemployment before we're done.
Mm-hmm. And that's what is being reported, because you know what, the way that DeSantis did it before he left, he made it so difficult for them to even report properly of how many people are unemployed in Florida. So
I'm actually getting it might be a little bit steady because of that. For those that have done the preparation and have the plans that they can get off the ground, to get a new home, if they've got the market itself will be pretty steady if people move into action on it. There's a little bit of nostalgia here, so I feel like that is in reference to like 2009, what happened with it. There's going to be a lot of foreclosures too, though. A lot of delayed payments, forbearance.
mm-hmm.
People trying to catch up payments. What are y'all getting?
I get pretty much the same. I get the Page of Cups and the Sun, the 4 of Wands. There might be some light being shown on the actual practices of a bank or banks. There is possibly a repeat, maybe some loans they shouldn't have done or whatever, or maybe some bullying tactics, or I don't know. But there's something invested in the bank. There's a lot of money with the 7 of Pentacles that's in the bank. That's going to be a large part of this story. With the 2 of Cups and the 3 of Cups, like people they've done business with that maybe they shouldn't, or doing business with the wrong way. Maybe say a person owes, like for instance, the woman, there was some story. She wrote a check and for her property taxes. And it was like 37 cents or $1.37 off or something like that. And then they took her house. That type of thing. It's like somebody pulling some attacks basically on some people in their homes. But it's not going to crash, I don't think, but there is going to be a lot of unnecessary news about it, though.
I'm getting the housing here with the house is going to suffer. Those that desire and wish to get the keys, right now they'll have an opportunity to do so because of their patience, because they'll be able to secure something here that they dreamed of and get the contract. So it looks like, I don't know, in certain areas, the prices might be low or because there's something here that secures it. So I don't know if this is the interest rates, if because I'm also seeing something here to secure for retirement as well. So there might be areas where the prices of homes slow down or they get burdened one way, shape, or form. Some people may have to sacrifice their homes. That are sacrificed, meaning, perhaps they lost jobs or whatever, their hours were cut. So they may have had to sell the home or get a loan against the home. But for those that have waited patiently, perhaps you live in an area where you haven't been able to, you might have an opportunity to secure a contract long-term. So, yeah.
Ganga's worried about selling her house.
Yeah.
May take a little longer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's like it's going to suffer. It's going to be burdened.
So I don't know if Mnuchin even has, if he's still involved with this company where he did all the foreclosures before. I don't.
wasn't that one real it was something one, if I remember correctly.
I think he put it in his wife's name.
Oh, well, there you go. And she's just as dirty too.
I think I wrote that down the other night. He put it in. The actress wife.
So what's the question, Benny?
Is he going to profit off of foreclosures again?
Yeah, I just did a general just to see what we would get with him. There is the King of Cups. This is how he comes up for me in like Trump readings. And it's very interesting. The King of Cups is supposed to be the compassionate one. And on this in particular card, like his cup is the smallest thing in the world. It is the smallest cup I've ever seen. That's about as much compassion he probably has.
It's like he's holding it with his two little fingers like a cotton ball.
And then up here, he's got the commerce coming in. This is really pretty much all he cares about is what's coming into him. Then there's the strength and 10 of swords, the things that he can do, which is cause strife for other people. There's justice. There's nothing you can really do about it because it is all legal, but it is loophole like type legal. So it's not necessarily saying he can. It's just saying he can't, or it's not saying that he can't. But yes, he is going to cause some stress and strain. So more than likely, he is going to profit. Yes.
I'm getting that too because I've got, yeah, he's doing something sneaky. He's the sneaky bastard, right? His challenge is to get ready for it. And here's the banking and people that have lost their homes. Something that he's done in the past, the nostalgia card. So yeah, it's coming back again. And judgment, something he's done in the past. He's going to try and keep it hidden, but it's treacherous. He's going to lie about it. But yeah, he ends up secure with a lot of money and a lot of properties, probably.
It's interesting because I'm getting a note for him. I got the clouds, the book, the snake, something that they're covering up and doing in the shadows, keeping secrets and then lying about it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the snake is the Queen of Clubs. This could be in reference to his wife or perhaps another woman that may be doing, another woman and another man that are working on his behalf in the shadows, because he's obscured here. It's obscured for him. So he may have other people doing it for him. I asked for a clarifier. I got the scythe. That's a no. So it's like I got 3 no's. So he might have a workaround.
Looking for the loopholes.
Yeah, it's like I can't see him turning away from an opportunity to. I mean, didn't he foreclose on a little old lady for being like 49 cents short on her check?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like no.
Yeah, for 25 cents or whatever, he'll foreclose. Yeah. So, want to go back to the crown bug for a minute. Will they have find a medication that works on it by fall? Yeah, they're trying the blood transfusions with the antibodies, but will they find a medicine? Because they've got all these people that are good with virus medications, that worked on AIDS and stuff, working on it. Ooh, I've got an ending on the bottom. Either that or that's somebody that drank bleach trying to kill it.
That's a darn shame.
Don't do it. Not safe.
Don't do it.
Purely for entertainment purposes only.
I get yes. There might be. I mean, it still might be just the beginning, some sort of trial thing, and it may not work for everybody. I don't think everybody's system's going to take it or something to that effect. There's the Four of Pentacles. So this is with the Ten of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles. This is something they're working on. Like this is something in-house that they're working on.
Yeah.
That type of thing. They're keeping it very close to them. They're inside of a group working on it. So like lab technicians. I do get a yes with the Ace of Wands. There will be a new action that comes out of this, but it is still a test. This is still a trial. It's going to be a largely successful one, but it's not going to be completely foolproof. So it's not going to be 100%. This is not a vaccine everybody can get and then but it'll move us forward. It'll put us in the next plane of trying to beat this thing. So I do get the Chariots, which means more hard work.
Yeah, I get something that'll work on, a lot of people. The Alchemist card here. But I get that there's something they need to look at with a different perspective because some people's bodies are rejecting the medication, like it doesn't work for everybody. So there's something still hidden about this airborne illness. They need a big breakthrough. And I feel like the breakthrough may actually happen in the fall. It's like they're doing some trial medications, to see what works, what corresponds to different people. Feels like it's more like wintertime when they finally get justice with it, find something that works. And then they have a challenge to get it prepared for, get it manufactured.
I got the mice, the coffin, the mountain. This is the illness that is causing deaths. The actual deaths from the illnesses might start to get slowed down because of the mountain here. For the medication, it's delayed. There's something around it that's delayed. The mountain is more like the winter. So it might be delayed up until the winter, whether that's December all the way through the following year. There's a delay here. But it is showing that the illnesses and the deaths hit a wall. It starts to slow down. But for the actual cure or vaccine or whatever, no, it's not there yet. It's not there. From me, what I'm getting.
So do we need to look at the Petty Boots Factory again?
What's the Petty Boots Factory? I kind of sort of caught it.
Well, I did. I wanted to see what y'all get on Michael Cohen's book.
Oh.
He's supposed to be writing a book now that he is on house arrest. So I wanted to see what y'all get. Like if it's even going to come out, what's going to be in it. Like I said, I don't want to hear about his childhood memories. I want to hear about the dirt. Like, what did you start doing for Donald Trump? You knew it was illegal. Why did you do it? Why did you mortgage your house? I want to know all that stuff. Like, is it going to come out? Is it going to do it? And what's going to be in it?
Okay, so I'm going to start off with, is he going to write a book? How about I go there?
I think he's already said he's writing one. We're going to write one.
Yes, he might already have somebody that's secured the contract with here. Here's the ring, which is your contract. Here's home. He's stuck at home, but he's also secured the contract here. So let me see. Now you want me to ask what he's going to tell him?
There'll be an abundance of stuff in it, Johnny. So get out your petty boots. Going through it. It's going to be thigh high, probably.
What is going to be in Michael Cohen's book?
It's going to have new actions in it that Trump has done since he's been in the office of president. Moneyed news, moneyed information. Things he's lied about while in the White House. There's Trump the Fool. about communications. He knows more about some of the communications.
Oh, man.
Oh, Connie, I see that about Ian Robb. We've got him in the healing circle. I think he's got some suspicions about someone's ticket to the park.
Oh.
He knows about someone's paid off to get rid of him. How's that? Purely for entertainment purposes only.
I'm trying to do a box spread on this book and it's not pulling in right. Hold on. Go ahead, Jenny. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah. He's got some things that he's told the Southern District of New York while he was in jail. He's got some things that he's already told them, plans already off the ground. He's going to talk about people he's worked with for a long time around Trump, like other people he's done work for, and how he moved his agenda forward. Sorry, I'm still pulling. He's going to talk about also, I think, the change in the transition of his businesses with that work card. And I've got the Wheel of Fortune too, like changes, and that why he got into politics.
Let me see.
There's one thing he's going to wait on telling, because he's worried about his own life and his family's life. So there's one thing that he would like to tell that he's not going to tell.
I think he's going after Ivanka. I think he's going to go after Ivanka to hit Trump where it hurts. I'm seeing Ivanka. I'm seeing Stormy Daniels. I'm seeing Trump. I'm seeing the siblings, the two kids. Actually, all the kids, all the siblings, and the agreements that they had on behalf, the agreements that they've had with 45, and how they were all, because I got the snake here. This is a woman that causes problems. He had an affair with her, quite possibly a woman whose name has an S, dark-haired, dark-eyed. The siblings are here. Ivanka is here. Melania is here with the snake again. Trump is here, Trump in Russia. A meeting that was delayed. But he's going after Ivanka in this one. That's her. But why though? That doesn't make sense. Why would he go? I mean, other than that's his favorite, supposedly.
Let me ask. Why is he going after Ivanka?
Because she's got some sort of a contract, an agreement, a contract.
Maybe that's see, I pulled the devil for him that one day. This is where I got petty boots from, because he's going to be doing it out of spite. Mm-hmm. And he knows maybe that's Trump's weakness.
Yeah,
it's his little precious Ivanka.
The box spread ends here with the bouquet, which is the 9 of spades, and I got the tree and the birds here. That's siblings. She's the favorite of all the siblings, and he's committed to go after her. And there's something in there in the book about her, and perhaps knowledge of something that she's done. He may have already blown the whistle on her, though. I have the birds here on her and the other kids, the siblings.
Yeah, he wants to shine light on her secrets because she knows she's got daddy's heart here.
Mm,
Um,
mm, mm.
so it's petty boots. He's being petty.
This right here, contracts and agreements, okay? If this is a thing, this is something that is of value, not money. It's a thing that's of value, like jewelry. I have the mountain here. This could be rocks that are used in jewelry. So there might be something here about around a contract that she has for rocks that go on jewelry. There's something here as well with a place that is represented by a tree. So
Probably Bank of Cyprus.
Cyprus or something like that.
Didn't she have dealings with a diamond mine in Africa? If I remember right, I've forgotten now.
Did she?
Yeah.
Well, you know, I saw that in a grand tableau. I can't remember whose grand tableau it was, though.
Yeah, he's holding a lot close to his chest, though.
I'm saying that the book is going to be a little bit delayed, though. It doesn't come out right away. There's a little bit of a delay here, but eventually it comes out. I couldn't tell you when. I don't think this thing is going to be rushed, simply because I got the mountain right underneath it, and then, but it has the ring to the right. He already has the contract for the book, so maybe around. I would be hesitant to say September, because I don't think he'd be able to write something that quickly. But there's something here about Ivanka, a contract with the tree that she has, and a contract for something of value that's rocks for jewelry.
He's been sitting around in prison. He's had all the time in the world to start it. I've got the being in prison card on the bottom. There's something he's holding close that I feel like, because he knows there's going to be legal action on it. So again, he's already told the Southern District of New York some things. So he's going to wait until there's a change. In other words, until there's until the courts move into action to tell about something that he's given them. He's not going to give it up in the book. It's like he has an agreement with the court, like, I won't talk about this yet.
It says Ivanka Trump's jewelry company, the ex-partner, is sued over an alleged $60 million fraud scheme.
Oh, she didn't know about it?
Yeah, allegedly. Ivanka Trump's diamonds. Back in 2017 was being accused of money laundering.
Yeah, there's something in there about jewelry and rocks for jewelry. Like you guys said, maybe the Bank of Cyprus, because there was a tree.
Yeah.
But he's going after her. Like,
Johnny did a reading the other night, and he was getting that Stephen Miller was going to jail. I want to know why is Stephen Miller going to jail? I want to see what comes up. Why is Stephen Miller looking at jail time, possibly?
I still don't believe that.
But yeah, that would surprise you when you were reading on it. You were like, "Ooh."
Yep, he's going to jail. Have fun in public housing, White Lily Boy.
White Lily Boy.
Oh,
that should be his nickname, White Lily Boy.
I'm gonna do an energy read on him one day.
Ooh.
Like, just
he's the only one I get the sage out on.
Red Lentil Healing did a chakra reading on him, and I wanted to know, like, what makes him sad? Like, what gets at him, like, in the soul and the spirit? I know it's black, but still.
It's a black hole, Johnny.
That's what Kim Jong-un, when I did meditation on him, I get him sitting on this little island with someone standing in front of him trying to talk, because they were talking, because he was sitting sort of legs folded on the ground, and they were trying to talk to him because he's doing everything in the world wrong. But this is black. This little aura in here was black, so nothing penetrated. So he didn't really understand what they were saying, like they were speaking a whole nother language.
It's like Trump. You can't reach him.
And I wanted to know what was going on inside of Stephen Miller too. I had to do that one day. I ain't prepared today.
We could look at it after this, but let's see.
I'm getting that
If he's going to jail, why is he going? What are you getting, Becca?
bribes and kickbacks that had to do with an institution, a corporation of some sort, and also maybe I don't know anything about this Nazi. Maybe he has something to do with the Bank of Cyprus, because this would be like more like a hospital. This could also be. I don't have the coffin in this spread, but the institutions where people are being locked up, and then the medical conditions there, the health conditions. This could be in reference to a hospital. It could also be in reference to an institution that is represented by a tree. He lands right in the middle of the reading, and then it's followed by the bouquet and the clover. So this is looking like a bribe to an institution that has to do with the tree. I don't know how he would be tied to the Bank of Cyprus, though.
Well, I get like his how his fortunes changed because of his association with Trump. That's where legal action's going to come from, and it has to do with families. Some light being shown on that. I just got 2 yes cards on that. I just threw clarifiers. He's made some steady money somehow off these families, and I don't want to go any further.
What are you getting, Johnny?
Oh, I did mine. Well, right now I just did some other cards, and I still get kids. I get Page of Wands, Page of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. There's money and little people. I think, because see, okay, people ask constantly still, will you do a reading on the border crisis? And I'm like, well, the one I did, because here's my thing. Someone asked, are they going to at least be okay? And I'm like, I don't want to do a reading on that specifically for the reason if I pull a no card, like they're not going to be okay, I don't think I can be okay with a reading like that. Yeah. So I'm going to just say yes, and we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it to God and whoever's on the other side that wants to help. Like, I can't pull cards and it says no, then that I'm ending the live stream right there. We're all going to go in the closet and cry. Yeah. So it's like, okay. When I did the one reading, it said that the King of Cups would come in to try to rectify the situation. That's what I got a long time ago. King of Cups is Joe Biden. Mm-hmm. So if he gets elected, then there is possibly something that he can do. I don't know what, but that's not my job. I don't know what they're going to do or what they can do or what can happen. But he's going to come in and he's going to try to do something. And as a result of doing something, that's how Stephen Miller gets in trouble. That's what I pieced together in that reading.
I think, too, because the border facilities, are private. John Kelly is a partial investor in them. Mm-hmm. So if he's getting kickbacks, as Becca picked up on, from the handling of the families, purely for entertainment purposes, only YouTube. Thank you, Switchback. So Switchback has a question for us. Is there compromised PPE from Putin?
Is there compromised PPE from Putin?
Yeah, like, is he sending compromised PPE? Because he's supposedly sending stuff to us, right?
Oh, yeah. He gave us a shipment of medical supplies.
Yeah, so is it compromised? Is it faulty? Or
I wouldn't think so, because this is a deal between him and his buddy. Yeah. I would think it cost us a lot of money, but
I'm getting a no on that.
I got my Crown Bug card on the bottom, my Queen of Pentacles.
And I'm also getting that this was a play too. I got the what is this? The key, the cross, the book. important suffering that's being kept secret, but also something very important around a religious book. So this would be like your crazy nuthead job evangelicals, but he's doing it for a reason here. It's not because he's a nice guy. He's trying to gain support in secret out of suffering. So.
Yeah, it's with the sick people, and the airborne illness, it's a message he's trying to send in. Basically he wants us to rest. He's trying to bully. He wants us to rest and separate, block the he wants the sanctions lifted. He's been fighting for it.
This, it has something to do with hung up money with the hangman and the 3 of Pentacles. It ends in a no for me with the 5 of Pentacles. But
there's a sneaky reason he did it, but I'm not getting that the PPE is actually damaged or anything. GM Dave says Mnuchin's mouth looks like a gateway to hell. Well, if Mnuchin's mouth looks like a gateway to hell, Trump's looks like he's been sucking a skunk's ass through a screen door.
Oh my God. Oh Lordy. I can't look at him, Jen. I can't.
Purely for, yes, Scotty, purely for entertainment purposes.
That was entertaining, yeah.
Damn caddy tonight. John Kasich, is he going to get involved once Trump's gone to help straighten out this party, the Republican Party? We had this question for Sunday night, but we didn't get to it. I can't unhear that.
I think that's
Did he leave the party?
I don't think so. I think he's still in it.
They're just trying to distinguish themselves from Trump at this point because he's going to be. I think at some point they understood that he's not going to be there forever, even if you give him no thank you. Another term. He still only has another 4 years. I mean, yes, it's going to be disastrous, but another 4 years. Like after that, then what do? He's not going to be there forever. So these people knew at some point we still got to be Republicans. We can't be Trumpians all the time.
Yeah, but that ship sailed long ago, Johnny. That party's been nuts for the last 30 years. You know what I mean? Like,
I love how their only reference is Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves. He was a Republican.
Yeah, and look at what y'all
go back that far to find a good Republican.
Yeah.
4 scores.
Yeah. Hell, you can't even bring up Reagan anymore since that tape came out of him talking to Nixon with all them dog whistles. You know.
I get he's going to support the party to heal after Trump. Yeah, he's going to stand in his own truth and power. He's going to bring a new action, but he's going to also stand in his own truth and power. He's going to work across the aisle too, as well as bonding with people in the Republican Party to try to bring balance back. There is a circle of support around him. He's got this sense of nostalgia for the way the Republican Party used to be. It's a little bit of a image fixer is what he's going to try to do. But I do get some healing, trying to give birth, to a new party, trying to help them step into a new beginning. So it looks like he'll be active within the party. I don't see him like stepping way out, like running for president or anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm getting that the party itself is split between the crazies and the cowards. And then here's him. He will come in as an advisor for an opportunity. His problem's going to be, though, the split. And also, quite possibly, with the dog here, the loyalist to Mango. Because the party is just so divided. It went like, it fractured. You know what I mean? So
yeah, it's the Tea Party side and then the,
if
you want to call it normal side.
crazy and utter crazy.
Dare I call it the normal side of it?
Yeah, there's the hermit. This is him working. Oddly enough, in this deck, the hermit looks like the magician, sort of, to me.
Yeah.
And he's sort of trying to pull the tricks behind, like he knows what to do. This is going to be a behind the scenes type of thing. I think he's going to work more with the RNC and to make sure that we put a cap on who can and who cannot stand in this place. Like, we can't have this again, like, ever. So there's some manipulation and some stuff going on behind the scenes. Also, this is the 8 of Pentacles, and it looks like the High Priestess. So
it does.
This one with the 8, because she's learning a new spell. So this is the apprentice. So this is her learning something new. But like I said, with this one, they already know what to do. They just need to rebrand themselves.
Good luck.
And so this is they already know what to do with the High Priestess, even though this is not the High Priestess, and the Magician. They already have the secrets. Now, you can also take from these cards, since they look like different things or look different than they are, to rebrand the image. So we need to change the image from crazy to, occasionally crazy. And then there's the 3 of Swords to get away from the old, and the 3 of Cups to bring in the new. And then here's where I get the RNC is who they're going to be working for. I mean, she looks a little nuts too, but still.
Yeah, she does. Seriously, that puts Medusa to shame.
What card is that?
This is the Queen of Swords. This is where all their ideologies are going to rest there in the RNC. So I think him and Romney got a lot of work to do.
I mean, isn't that crazy when Romney is the one that's like the second one? Like, what world are we living in?
I had quite a few people ask, how will Trump leave? Like, will he go out kicking and screaming? Will he sneak out in the dead of night? How will Trump
on
leave?
his own?
On his own accord, or pushed out, or dragged out, kicking and screaming?
Because for those who say he won't leave, he has to leave. Because number one, look at it this way. Just look at it this way. He is targeting Joe Biden's family. Mm-hmm. That's personal. So if Joe Biden gets elected, there is absolutely zero chance that Donald Trump is not going to leave. Because number one, he wouldn't be president anymore. Therefore, he can't command anybody to do anything. Even his own Secret Service detail are still employees of the government. And so he would be arrested for trespassing. So he can't stay there at, I think they said noon, inauguration day, he ceases to be president. So he has to leave. There is no, he's not going to, maybe not. No, he has to. Because I'm pretty sure Joe Biden would send everything, including attack dogs, to get that man. Mm-hmm. After you did what you did to my family, yeah. Petty Boots is on.
We're up to 3 thumbs downs already on the video, so glad the trolls have joined us tonight.
Thanks for coming in. Thanks for clicking on the video.
Thanks for clicking and watching a little. Hope you're still here. We're going to read on your favorite guy. How's he leave? Purely for entertainment purposes only.
It only helps. YouTube knew that too.
My 4 of Cups keeps trying to fall out. It gets an offer he doesn't want. I'm going to make you an offer you can't. Sorry, I can't do Marlon Brando without coffee.
How does he leave?
Tickles my throat.
I mean, oddly enough, that's what I get. There is an opportunity, almost even a payoff, if you want to call it. But there's like the Three of Pentacles. This is his group. I think this group is outside of him, possibly coming up with some sort of, hey, we could do this, like a strategy meeting. There's the opportunity with the Ace of Pentacles. Interestingly enough, looks like a tombstone, but I won't go there.
I was about to go there.
There's the Page of Cups. So this is going to be a shock in the headlines. This is why I wake up every day and the first thing I do is look to see if he left. There's going to be a shock in the headlines. So this is not probably something we'll see coming, even when I did the signs video.
It's going to be a surprise.
Because there's the Two of Wands and the Three of Cups. Like this is a decision by many people, not just him, but I think it's a voluntary thing, sort of.
I have the White House on the bottom. It's like, yeah, how's he going to leave that? It's like the loser, full of anxiety. And then I've got, basically retiring or laying on his coffin. He gets an offer. He's going to sneak away probably in the dead of night. With that Eight of Cups, it's got the moon on it. It will be a surprise. He will be bullied out a little bit. So he's going to be pushed into the offer. And then it's victory parades. Yep. When he goes to court, he's going to claim lunacy. So I do eventually see him in a straitjacket. You guys know that. You've watched me before. He's going to claim lunacy in the courts.
So he's going to be crapping his pants.
On the way out, he's going to have a little brown stain on his pants. He's going
to have a brown stain on his pants. And then there's a resignation letter in private. Okay. There's money or the markets here, the economy that was doing really, really well comes to a permanent closure here suddenly. Money is missing, money is stolen. His career and reputation, there's something here around a career professional, somebody that's been around 30, 35 years. This is a very senior person. This could be someone that's military. This could simply because the lilies carries sort of a veteran. This would be like your veteran. So this could be someone that's active duty, but has been there a long, 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 long time. A notice of a closure, a notice of some sort of bankruptcy here as well. And then a secret that gets suddenly revealed, but when he leaves, it is shocking and chaotic. It happens very, 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 very suddenly, unexpected. It's just very quick. And it's all around when this secret comes out, but he leaves crap in his pants. And there's like, it's almost like a letter of resignation that is done in private.
Yeah.
Which I don't see him as the type of person to ever do something like that because his ego's too big. But then when you look at his history, every time he gets into trouble, he cuts and runs. It's what he does. He runs. He runs. Yeah. He runs.
He tucks his tail and runs.
Yep.
So I have a question.
Okay.
So for a little behind the scenes knowledge for everybody. So I got a message from Becca that my people on the other side, ancestors, if you want to call them, were trying to contact me, right?
Yeah.
So I did my own little off-camera ritual type of thing and communicated with the other side and talked to them a few days ago. And ever since then, like I have these little jar, if you can see that.
What is that?
This is little crystal chips.
Okay.
Right? And I spread them on the table and I can see stuff in it. Like it makes out an image to me. Never had that before. So I did it just now. And it says this is a worldwide event. So this is naturally if the president resigns, this is a lot of news to everybody. But there's also a scattering. Like once he goes, a whole bunch of other people like run out the door.
Oh yeah.
So I want to see if that's true or not.
They all jump ship the
So
rest.
you're casting now, Johnny.
I think.
You're casting now. There's a word for that, and I can't think. It starts with a C. It's not casting. It has a different word. But when you use stuff and you just kind of throw it and.
Because what I do is I take it and I just move it around the table. And then when I stop, when it tells me to stop, then boom, my image pops up. Like I always make fun of, why do you make fun of it? But I always brought it up that some people read seashells and chicken bones and things like that.
I love scrying when I'm by myself. I love a bowl of water, staring into a bowl of water. That's one of the things Nostradamus did. I love scrying like that.
I should try that too, since water and staring is the only thing that clears my mind.
Water and staring. Let me see. So we're wanting to know if everybody's going to jump ship.
Yes, that's what the crystal said. I didn't do it here, but let's see. Because it just
I got that anxiety card on the bottom again, so you bet your life. Becca's gonna get those mice again. And the ship card, jumping ship.
I'm getting that there's going to be a lot of fighting in private amongst the loyalists, like a lot of finger pointing on,
So some blaming.
Big time blaming. Big time blaming. And denying that they were even in on whatever. Yeah, they jump. Once they get exposed as a bunch of liars and betrayers, there's like a lot of infighting between everybody, finger pointing, blame shifting. This person did that. This person, like saving your own rear is basically what they're going to be doing. And then they betray and they jump. They leave. What are you guys getting?
Yeah, I get like there's a lot pointing at them. They're put in defense mode, especially the ones that work together on the dark money. It's an end to that cycle. I get rather quickly an investigation comes in on the White House, like everybody in the White House. So they know they're being watched and observed, and it's like it's funny. I'm getting the journey card, the Knight of Wands, and I feel like limo after limo pulls up and takes people away.
Oh.
For the king, anybody that was in bed with him, anybody that helped him with his overseas things, they're gonna get investigated. I feel Adam Schiff there big time.
People in the cabinet, people in the house, because I got the house. So I don't know if that applies to Nunes and anybody else that was in with Nunes doing all sorts of shady stuff.
Yeah, all his old friends, all his old supporters, those that spoke up for him, it all changes.
It starts with support with the Queen of Cups. And the next card is the Four of Swords, but it's like they're like kind of lost without their captain, right? But they are searching for anything for their life to make sense, no matter what it looks like. And they may happen upon, okay, so there's this woman and child here in the card.
Where is it? Hold on, I'm trying to see. I see swords. Are those swords?
I want it to focus. It's focusing on something I don't want it to. I think this crap in the background. But anyway, here is the woman and child. But there's a creature in here that they find.
Ooh.
And this is kind of like what his supporters are going to be doing. Is they're gonna run to the nearest Medusa. And they're not quite sure where to go, what to do. And there's a lot of confusion. There's a burden. There is, because this is not something they're going to talk about to the whole White House. So if he just leaves because of whatever plan they came up with, everybody's not going to be informed.
Who's going to be the nearest Medusa, though? Would that be Mitch McConnell?
Well, I get the jump in the ship here with the Six of Swords. Like they're all now. Here's the woman and child. Now they're moving on, but they cling to whoever they can. This was probably Trump, and you know he's in his own mental ward now. So the Four of Swords is about retreat. So once he's gone, what do? So
they can go join him in the middle ward.
They jump ship too, which is interesting because Pence is a completely different kind of person. So I wonder if he's getting rid of them or are they just deflecting. This is assuming that Trump goes, but
thank you very much. You know, last year, I was doing a live stream by myself and I kept getting a vision of Don Jr. in a burgundy jumpsuit. I didn't know what that meant. And they were telling me, oh, that means he's a high security risk. I'm like, oh, okay. That makes sense. It's like, I don't see him in an orange jumpsuit. I see him in a burgundy, deep red jumpsuit. So maybe we should ask how Pence handles Trump's leaving in the night or sneaking away. Throw some more crystals, Johnny.
Yeah. When we're off camera, you need to show me what you're doing.
How does Pence handle it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he covers for one. He has to go out in public and he has to do the covering mission. There's something about pushing something or putting something behind him. But while he's covering for something small and minute at the same time, even though changing of a president is small and minute, they're going to try to tamper this down. So this is not something they want to live on forever. They don't want it to become the main story for everything, which is going to be hard to do because there's still a lot of steam and a lot of crap coming up, not to mention Donald Trump will still be talking. So it's not like he just forgot what Twitter was because he's not president.
And he'll have the media cameras in his face every 5 seconds.
Because now the stories are really going to be about him. There is also, there's a woman too that is beside Trump. That's Melania. There's going to be news about her. She's in this scenario, in this crystal, like he is standing and she's on the ground. She's not passed away or nothing, but she is like she's not in the story. So maybe they are going on a split, or she is just nowhere to be found, or something like in his hour of need type of thing. Yeah, but there's a lot. I keep getting the image of like a sewer grate or a street grate or whatever you want to call it, and then a bunch of stuff coming up. Like no matter how you cover it, it still comes through. And like Pence can't control this situation. He's going to go and do the diplomatic speech, and it's actually not going to be a bad speech. But you can't cover crap with a rug because you're still going to smell it. So,
especially since Trump's going to crap his pants on the way out, purely for entertainment purposes only, right, Becca?
But that's what I get out of that.
That's funny because I'm getting pretty much the same thing.
Once Trump is gone in the dead of the night, or whenever he's
and a lot of confusion around an older man that's quite confused, irritable, and moody. This could be Trump presenting as the cloud, because the cloud is the king of clubs. Okay. He's going to be very, very happy, very, very happy about that. However, they're going to be lying about a woman that was close to him, and then there's going to be backlash. Central to the reading is the snake. The snake is the queen of clubs. This is a dark-haired, dark-eyed woman, quite possibly, not always, with an S in her name. They're lying about this woman, but there's 3 women here. The center to this reading is the snake. Whatever it is, it's a lie. They're lying about a woman here. And it's a betrayal as well. He's happy, but he's going to have a lot to cover up, and eventually he's going to be facing a lot of problems, anger, and backlash. So they need to be very careful about how they, oh, Melania's sick, or oh, Trump got sick, or whatever. It's a lie. They're lying about a woman, but don't let it fool you. He'll be happy to just slide into.
Yeah.
That's his ticket. That's his ticket. What are you getting, Jenny?
I got the White House on the bottom, right? So when Pence takes over the White House, smug little guy, he's happy. He's happy. His challenge is to transition into the position of authority. Excuse me. He's going to run into problems right away with foreign leaders that give him a lot of anxiety. There are some things he's going to try to get a different perspective on, or give a different perspective on. But he's got secrets too, and he knows about it. So that also gives him anxiety. But it's a new start, new beginning. Emotions are high. He's just juggling a lot. He doesn't know what to do. He's going to hide out a lot, where we've had 3 years of inundated Twitter and always on camera, seeing him on TV every day, right? He's going to isolate himself a lot. We're not going to see much of it. He's going to hide.
Good riddance.
Yeah. It's like suddenly, like he's going to hold everything very close to his chest. Suddenly, we won't hear from the White House for a while, and we'll all be like shell-shocked,
Yeah. I mean, can you imagine after 3.5 years already of being gaslighted nonstop, of just having one day with nothing?
one day where we can see what's going on in the rest of the world, because the oxygen hasn't gotten sucked up out of the room by Trump.
I do get a 9 of Cups. Like this is some sort of image that you're trying to push forward here with the Page of Wands. Like they want to give you the everything is gold, everything is good image. He's going to be with his family because they need him. That message is burdened by the other crap that won't stop coming out. With the Page of Pentacles, these are documents, these are people, whatever, pages and people bring news, and these are news about this is something physical. So these are like documents. So here's the thing. Because it ends in the Lover, so it's either Melania or it's Stormy, because I do get somebody laying down. That's neither here nor there. Mm-hmm. But there is a want and a desire for Pence to try to make things go away, make things right or stable or whatever you want to call it. But the media is going to do what the media is going to do. And this is going to be the biggest story that they've ever had the chance to write on Donald Trump not being president. And then they're going to start digging up everything they can possibly dig up, and you're going to hear about it 24 hours. So it's not going to go away, but he is going to try to run from this, because this is what you would run from, bad media coverage like he did today with his diss joke. So yeah, we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
What? I wonder how Barr will react. Let's take a look at how will Barr react when Trump's gone.
He'll be one of those ones running away.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And once he's gone,
with this little, remember the Fred Flintstone cars.
Flintstone car.
William Barr.
His little feet.
You had to run to start, and it would not stop going until you put your own feet on the ground.
Yeah.
Made out of stone.
Yeah.
Oh,
with his sidekick Barney.
Yeah.
it was the funniest thing. How will he react?
Keep getting that White House on the bottom. I have a feeling it's like coming up like soon. I just keep getting the White House.
I think he's going to be shocked as well. And it's soon.
Yeah.
The news coming in soon about an opportunity for him to remove and separate himself from the White House. He ran away. He runs away. He runs away.
He's already got an agreement. Yeah, he runs. He's already got an agreement with somebody else. He's actually happy. You know, I mean, it's illumination on everything, but he's also happy about it. Trump leaving. His challenge is to continue working in the White House. He's already got an agreement with somebody else. He's already made plans, and yeah, he's going away. He's got a new venture he's getting into. He remains very anxious and emotional because he knows he's cooperated in too much stuff. There's too much treachery around him, so he knows he's manipulated too many things. But he's got a new job. He leaves.
I get he sees this coming. The crystals show a wave, but he's like here's the wave going through, but he's like way over here. Like he sees this coming. The Three of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the Magician. Most of this is his fault because if he wasn't standing in the way, we could have been rid of this person. But he's following orders here with the Ace of Cups. He also has a new thing that he's going into and more work ahead of him here with the 10 of Wands. Some of this, because I always said that he has his own Judas in the camp, and I think it's him and Pence. And so I think they're putting this together anyway, but that's just me being conspiratorial. But I think it's them two, and so that's why they see this coming, is because they're the one who did it.
Mm-hmm.
Tired of covering up for him.
Makes sense because William Barr is like the only intelligent person in that entire administration.
So let's ask how Trump's May is going to go. Because this is building and building, and I keep getting that White House card on the bottom. Let's ask how Trump's May is going to go.
I'm still seeing him in the White House in May.
He's got a trip coming up, though. They told me he's got a ticket to the park.
Oh, that would be fantastical, but that's
It's related to the crown bug and the deaths around the crown bug. He's getting away, hiding out. Doesn't want to talk to anybody. Too anxious. He's also got a new source of income that could be a new job. Maybe he's going to be a caddy at his golf course.
That would be the ultimate karma, wouldn't it? You carry somebody else's clubs for a change.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I got crowning the reading, something about a quid pro quo or money laundering or bribery coming, sitting right on top of him. He's going to hide. He's going to hide in me. What are y'all getting?
What are you getting, Johnny?
I get that there is possibly news that he has to deal with about a missile test of some sort. I don't know who, probably North Korea, more than likely, probably targeting Guam or something like that. But there is news about some sort of missile test he has to deal with. There is also a man who is like loaded with documents walking through a hall that I get. So I don't know. And this person is in opposition. So he is walking through a chamber of Congress or something. I don't know when they adjourn or if they're adjourned already. I know Donald Trump was trying to end it early, but there is a man walking through with a bunch of documents, maybe testifying or something of that nature. Was Barr supposed to testify in May?
He was supposed to in March, and they moved it to May.
Because so here,
I'm not sure, they might have moved it to June even.
There is a guy, and he's loaded with information too. Because I get a picture of a seahorse, and seahorses are, I think, the only creatures where the male carries the babies and not the female, or something like that. So it's a person who is close to that has a lot of information, but they're in opposition. So it's opposite. So they have a lot of information that they're carrying through. Then there's the Sun and the Queen of Wands. There's a woman around him. This is not Nancy for a change with the Queen of Wands, because it's also the Lovers, and the Seven of Cups is around here too. So there is a woman, and there's an impending doom to their relationship. The Ten of Wands is here, and the Eight of Cups is here. So there's a doom or burden or some sort of unnecessary strain on their relationship. It also ends here with the King of Cups, which is Joe Biden, and then there's Five of Wands fighting. So there's going to be a lot of political ads and a lot of back and forth talking. This is the time that Joe Biden really needs to come out. Like I said, I know it's not nice, and I know they shouldn't do it, but he's not Mother Teresa. So he should politicize everything he can politicize to make sure this is not the person who needs another term. So that's what I get. There's somebody carrying information. He has a problem with the woman, and we may see it. And there is some fights with Joe Biden coming.
Seeing 5 members around his family or his cabinet that get exposed. 1 man, 3 women, and him. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. 2 men and 3 women. They've been keeping secrets. There's something here that he's been lying about. I still don't see him going to rallies. I see him still lying to the media. I see something coming up for him that has to do with a change or a transfer. Also, those 5 people in the administration, there's something around them for medical stuff with prescriptions. So I don't know if this would be like him, Melania, or him and Ivanka and Kushner and other people of his cabinet. I'm seeing 5 very clearly that had knowledge and are keeping secrets about something that he was pushing to the media in regards to medication for health. It was false, and it was a betrayal of sorts, and it was done out of envy as well. But they're keeping it secret, and it comes out. The secrets are exposed. I'm also seeing something that they transferred here to in a classified setting. There was a transfer to something in a classified setting or a transfer in a classified area, closed off area within like in a building, perhaps in the White House itself. And they've lied about it. I don't have the birds here, so I can't say about a whistleblower or anything. But there's something here around something to do with medical here, drugs, prescriptions, and then a change or an upgrade or a transfer. And there was 5 people involved in that were in the administration. I don't know if they were doing it for their own careers, but I don't have money cards here though. I don't have any money cards here. And there's also bribes and favors as well.
You know, it'd be really funny if Trump hightailed it down to Mar-a-Lago, right, and hid out, and then just says, "Okay, I'm not going back. I'm done."
Well, I would be so happy because isn't Florida like just swimming with Corona or beer right now? Yeah, there we go, buddy. There you go.
Our beaches are back open.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't understand it, but anyway, the beach here, which is down the street, they opened it from 6 to 9 a.m. in the morning or something like that. It's 4 hours in the morning and 3 hours in the evening, which I didn't quite understand why you open the beach during the coldest hours of the day and not the hottest hours of the day, because it's technically closed after 9 o'clock a.m. and then closed after 10 o'clock p.m. or something like that. So,
That doesn't make any sense.
no, and then the beach patrol has to go and monitor the beach, so you have to run people off after it closes and then tell them, hey, you can come back in the evening when the sun goes down.
Oh.
So don't go to the beach swimming when it's hot. Go when it's cold.
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever you say.
So I have one more question and then a funny question. The captain of the Roosevelt, the Department of Defense was saying that, Artie, don't be licking your butt on camera.
Friend. Hi, Artie.
They were saying they were gonna, like, they did an investigation, they were gonna reinstate him, and then nothing ever got released by Trump's people on it. So I want to know if they're trying to block it from him getting reinstated, because there's been no official announcement yet. Is Trump trying to block? I can't think of the captain's name.
Captain Crozier.
Thank you.
Skipper. The skipper. Is Trump trying to block the skipper from being reinstated?
Here's that anxiety card again. That in the White House are my cards of the night.
There's another part of that story that's really like bothering me though, because from what I had read, the admirals were saying, oh yeah, you know, we really need to sit down and review this and blah, blah, blah. It's like, where were you? Because all 3 of y'all were on that letter and nobody said anything. Nobody said anything. Like that, the chain of command totally failed. And then they let him get thrown under the bus like that, you know? And then until, what was that guy's name? The acting secretary. They wouldn't have done anything had the acting secretary not have gone out there.
And acted a fool.
And acted a fool and gotten busted, you know? Otherwise, they would have just kept their mouths shut. Thank you, Switchback Image, on behalf of Jen Lynn.
Oh, thank you, Switchback. Well, I get, you know, like they put logic behind the investigation and they had plan was off the ground to reinstate him. The challenge is Trump had another plan is what I'm getting. This is where they took him off the ship, Tower Moment. Oh boy, I've got the King of Pentacles here in the bottom. I'm trying to figure him out. Who that is. That's Trump. Yeah, it's Trump. So yeah, he's trying to throw it off balance. He's trying to walk away from this, like he doesn't want him reinstated. But I get he's going to get reinstated. I get he gets the offer, and it's good news, and he bonds and comes back. But yeah, I get Trump's trying to block it.
What are you getting, Johnny?
I get 5 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles. He's working with someone there at now I don't know if this is him directly because I didn't get the Fool. I get the King of Swords. But as a result of his initial involvement, that we might have a repeat of them trying to block something. Because I think Trump may have other pressing matters that he may not be directly involved in this in particular one, but it's still about him because he pops up here. So yeah.
I got the House, the Key, the Clouds. So there's 2 men here with the House being the King of Hearts, the Clouds being the King of Spades. You got the Key right between. There's a significant problem between 2 men. And this could be the administration has evidence, and they're trying to cause a lot of confusion and big trouble here. Muddy stuff up, cloud things over, make things confusing. So yeah, they're trying to stir stuff up because there's evidence here of shady stuff that they did to cover up. So if they let that guy back in, it'll make him look a fool. And not that the Navy captain can do anything, because it's not like a Navy captain or an admiral can go and go up the chain against your commanding officer. That doesn't happen, so.
So my funny question for the night. If Trump goes while we're still in quarantine, will there be a party in the street anyway?
I'll be out there in a biohazardous suit. I don't care how hot it is outside. I'll go get me one of those little fans that you put water inside, and
we should do a live stream where we pull in all the readers we've read with, and then just have a reader party.
Reader party. Let me see.
Jazz Lady might do it butt naked. Purely for entertainment purposes.
That would be entertaining, just to see him walk out. Or I don't even have to see, at this point, I don't even need to see him walk out. I don't need to see him in cuffs. I just need to know he's not there at this point. We can do all that other stuff later, but at this point, just get him out. Will there be a party?
In the streets, even if we're in quarantine. I know Lucy and I will be out there. Lucy in her little harness.
I did oracle cards on this one.
Oh, did you?
Yes, I did.
You have a party card?
I swear, I do oracle cards, and these I said I would never do with Trump because he has such an odd energy, and these are sort of nice too. These are self-help, but I swear when I have these type of questions here at the end of the live streams, they always come through an answer. So,
yep. I get party, celebration, and great joy and sun, and yeah, I get party.
Drinks for everyone.
Drinks for everybody. Party in the street.
Oh.
With a mask on.
What are you getting, Johnny? With your nice cards.
So there's no place like home. So here's us on quarantine, right? So mind you, it's like way up in the sky too. So we're quarantined. But this has come to the edge. This is take a chance, take a leap of faith, go outside and try it. So it's that type of thing, and I'm not advocating that. I'm just saying that's what the card says. And then you have by the book. This is conformity, but look at the image. It's like you follow me. We got our social distances, but we're still out here in these streets. We're going to celebrate anyway. You stay back here, I'll stay back here, and we'll all celebrate the party.
6 feet apart, but yay!
Because this is something we just have to do.
I'm getting yes, there's going to be a lot of happy people having a great time, mostly perhaps a lot of women. And yeah, it's ongoing. It's ongoing. It's not like, oh, let's go out for an hour or two. No, this thing, like, it has endurance. It has the parties will last for
I'm
a
telling
while.
you, if they think there was a crowd at the White House when Osama bin Laden was killed, wait till Trump's gone.
Oh,
Well, I'm out of questions. Have y'all got anything else? Or
nothing important
Nothing important. We'll just save it and save it for Sunday.
tomorrow,
Yeah.
whatever day that is.
Johnny, are we on for tomorrow night?
Oh, I don't know. Because see, I literally, the day she texted me, I slept all day. And when I text her back, naturally, normal people are asleep. And then same thing happened today because
Yeah.
I woke up maybe 2 hours ago. So
We're trying to work out a possible live stream for tomorrow, but we'll see it be in the evening if we do it.
yeah,
Cool.
I don't know. We'll see.
If not, it'll be next week.
Mhm.
Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks, Becca and Johnny, for joining me spur of the moment. We were just texting each other, and we have a three-way text. We were texting each other. I was like, we need to go live. Thanks, everybody. Bye. Thank you all for your donations tonight, too.